Hello and thank you for tuning in to 90.4 Oman FM. This is Sara Lawati, and joining me today at the studio is Mr. Hassan Al Zaabi, the Deputy Director of Licensing Programs and Supervision Department at the Ministry of Higher Education, Research and Innovation here in Oman. We're going to talk about the educational landscape in Oman and understand what the future holds for the future generations to come. Thank you for joining me, Mr. Hassan.
Highly appreciated, and that's an absolute privilege for me to granted me this opportunity to talk with you today. And I'm truly honored to share my thoughts and contribute to this discussion.
We're happy to have you. So let's start with a broad question.
Yeah.
How has the higher education landscape in Oman evolved over the past few years?
Indeed, Oman higher education system has seen a great improvement in the recent years, while the Ministry of Higher Education's empowered to open new institutions in Oman, like Dukum College Universities, National Technology of Science and Technology, and the public institution like UTAS, which abbreviation for Universities of Technology and Applied Science. And there is another and further directive for the ministry to open a new institutions from the top international universities as a branches in Oman. And we already ratified the required conditions and policies that we're gonna to taking in that case. And during the pandemic 19 of COVID, we can see our higher education institutions shift successfully to provide the online courses to ensure continued learning. And we can see a strong concentration and focuses on innovation, with the students encouraged to work on advanced projects like AI and healthcare and other specialization.
That's great to hear. And Mr. Hassan, I also wanted to ask you, what role does Oman Vision 2040 play in shaping the current higher education landscape?
Indeed, Vision 2040 is leading us and guiding us towards a stronger and more modern education system. It's focusing on improving the quality of education to hit the global standards and increasing the funding for research in key areas like technology and renewable engineering. It also promotes global partnership, which will gain us the potential to learn from the top universities worldwide.
And how are Omani universities adapting to meet this need of the rapidly changing job market, as you mentioned?
Our higher education institutions are preparing the students for a job in a modern industry. While the Ministry of Higher Education started to provide and created a new programs in fields like AI, cybersecurity, data science, and other specialization. And on the other hand, we can see our institutions are preparing, our institution are partnering with the companies like PDO, OQ, in order to provide the hand-on training. And they are also teaching the essential skills in order to raise the students' aptitude and some of the competencies like teamwork and problem solving and creativity.
So you've mentioned all of these local partnerships that we have in Oman. What about global partnerships?
Our higher education institutions are dealing with international universities and colleges, which has their reputation and have their quality standards aboard.
Okay, that's great.
Yeah.
And could you also share with me some of the most significant milestones that Oman has achieved so far in the higher education sector since 2020?
Oman has made a significant progress in higher education over the past few years. As we mentioned before, the directive to open a new institutions in Oman, and the ministry being successfully to increase the number of the institutions which achieve the academic accreditation to 19 institutions out of 27, and expanded a new programs and infrastructure offering the students a new offering students more options to pursue their specialized fields. And additionally, the government increased the number of the scholarship that will allow the student to gain the global exposure.
Okay, and how do you actually mentioned a really interesting point about having more scholarships and also improving the education landscape in Oman. So how do we balance between the two things about bringing or letting students go abroad versus letting them stay in Oman?
There are so many criteria and accurate criteria and standards, and that actually it's depend on the competition between the students and their marks and grades, and the students too. They can select their specializations. But it's not necessary that they get it aboard in universities. Maybe they're going to get it in local universities because we have a high quality of education in Oman.
Yes.
And we believe about that.
That's great. And how do you encourage students to want to stay in Oman for their higher education?
Actually, we are providing a scholarship for the students, and we support them financially. And actually, the competition between those students will get the result if they can go abroad, the Oman, or inside to study inside Oman. Yeah.
Okay. And I also wanted to move on to talk a little bit about the challenges that we have. What are the most major challenges we face currently in the higher education sector?
While we have made progress, the challenges remain. I anticipate that, according to my anticipation, that some of the higher education institutions need to align their programs with the skills employers need, in such of the specialization like digital marketing, AI, and other specialization too. And some of the private higher education need to improve the quality of education to hit the higher standards. And moreover, the access to the education system in the remote areas is still limited. Maybe it's about the weaknesses of some telecommunication network in that area, or maybe the journey of platform that the institution are implemented need to be replaced with the sophisticated one. Yeah.
And I wanted to go back a little bit when you talked about the accreditation systems for the universities here in Oman. How do we ensure that colleges and universities here are internationally accredited? What steps do we take?
International partnership is a significant role and crucial role to improve our higher education institution. They help us to learn from their experiences, and joint research project in such area like green technology is fostering the innovation. Student exchange program give our students the international exposure and experiences.
What kind of exchange programs do we have?
There are so many programs. It depends on the specialization which the institution are providing it. And there is an agreement between two institutions to exchange those students between these specializations.
I also wanted to ask, how do you support and motivate students to pursue higher education and postgraduate studies after they graduate from school?
We are taking several steps to motivate the students to complete their studies. We provide a scholarship and support the students financially. Either they would like to study in Oman or abroad. And the institution too, they are offering a career advice for the students, and that will help the students to choose and opt the right program for themselves. And students are also recognized and rewarded on their academic achievement.
That's so good. It's nice to see so much effort being put to motivate students as well. So what is your vision for higher education in Oman by 2040, and how close are we to achieving that vision?
By 2040, I envision Oman having one of the best higher education system in the world. And we aim to create the skilled graduates who are ready to innovate and compete globally. And I'm so confident Oman will going to achieve the vision and build a robustness and sophisticated educational system that everyone will going to be proud of.
Inshallah, I really look forward to seeing that vision come to life, inshallah. Is there anything else you would like to add before we finish this interview?
Thank you very much, and thank you once again for granted me this opportunity to talk with you and share my knowledge and thoughts with you.
Thank you so much. It was a pleasure to have you.
Thank you very much.
This brings us to the end of our interview. Once again, this was Sara Al-Lawati, and joining me today was Mr. Hassan Al Zaabi, the Deputy Director of Licensing Programs and Supervision and the Supervision Department at the Ministry of Higher Education, Research and Innovation. Thank you so much, Mr. Hassan.
You're welcome.